Well, Ngo was one to be professional because of the first video. I think the first time we came here in this channel, you were bad. Now I'll behave.
Hi guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. We are back again with another episode. So now we'll be talking about one of the first challenges that we ever experienced in our relationship. Yeah.
Hi guys, please don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. Your comments are very important, guys. Please do comment. Actually, it's not one, but there are many challenges that we'll be talking about today as dealing us in our relationship, and they were very, very, very difficult to pass through, guys, or to go through them. So I think the first one, so where we feel like this is where a lot of problems begin.
Let's talk about when you first bought your first car.
Wow, guys, you know, I was excited really when I bought that car.
I wasn't. I wasn't.
yeah, as you know, women, they will always be women. Okay, Tas, you're taking makeup, you're taking out in you know, they will prefer you weave. But I was excited, guys. I was excited really, and I didn't expect the problems or the troubles that it brought in my life.
Yeah. Elaborate then.
Oh, the first day when I went to buy this car, I remember very well. Oh, before I went to buy babes, I was looking on Marketplace, and before we even had money to buy a car, I had that thing. In fact, but import cars are very cheap, so I was looking online, checking. I went like on Lesotho pages. I checked, and I saw many cars. By that time, unfortunately, imali ingekho. Yeah. So
your first choice it was Peugeot, ne?
Yeah, it was Peugeot 207.
Yeah.
I die, guys. Peugeot die.
But not to be honest, I was very, very against you buying a car. Because I thought, number one, we are still young. So we might as well buy something else. Like hair, makeup, clothes, such things. But he bought a car.
Really people are unveiling. So yeah, to fast forward the story, I saw this red car on Marketplace. I went to view it and I started the car. But sad enough, I to the apartment.
Yeah.
So on my way back, the car, I think
no, I want you to start. How's your friend?
Oh yeah. I called my friend and we went to view the car in site Naitanda. We started the car and we drove the car. I think after some few kilometers because it had a problem with the battery at that time. So
they said it's a battery.
Oh, they said it's a battery, but I think at the beginning the battery was a problem as well. Because when I was approaching, I think it was a stop sign. And you know
you car.
And you know Lesotho cars, 90% of them are automatic, so you can't kickstart it, so you'll need somebody to come and jumpstart you. So I had to call the guy who sold me the car as on jump. And then he came after I think 2 hours. I jump again. I drove. You know, figure, it went off again. Hey, bro. And I asked another guy, 4+1.
Yeah,
and that guy came and he jumped me. When I was entering that side of Blom, there's a hill, that you need. There's a steep. When I was climbing that steep, I could feel the car doesn't have the power. Yeah, to continue. So it stopped. Eventually, immediately when I climbed the hill, the car stopped. I called you. Don't laugh. I called her and that guy came before you arrived. Or I came to fetch you because I was already in downtown.
Did you come and fetch me?
Yeah, I came to fetch you because the car, we left it in downtown. And I called that guy, okay, working Walirwana, and he came after some time and he towed me to the flat. To fast forward, guys, the following day I went to buy a battery, I went to buy new oil, thinking maybe the car doesn't have oil because it was showing that sign of the oil in the dashboard. The car didn't start now. Then at that time it was starting, now it didn't start.
It was a stress now.
It was just cranking, guys. So I went to that mechanic.
You went to that mechanic? I didn't know of any mechanic. You went and discovered him.
Oh, I came with that mechanic because I thought it plugs. I thought it's the plugs, the spark plugs, but the car actually it had so many problems, guys. It had so many problems, and straight
it
enough,
was a stress.
Yeah, but we were willing to fix it. I took it to that mechanic again, and that mechanic charged me at first 6,000. Then after some time, he said 2K. But to fast forward, guys, that mechanic didn't fix the car. He charged my 8K. He took my engine. He took my petrol pump. So that's where I had a lot of frustrations. Now I'm left with a board without an engine, and the 8,000 is gone.
It was so sad.
It was so sad.
Like having to go to that mechanic almost every day to request, when are you bringing back those things? It even got to a point where now we are fighting.
Yeah, it was terrible. But that time I felt like the law. It's playing like, I don't know, but it's how it procedure, how things are done. Because I went to the police station, and I thought the police, they will help me, but they told me they can't because
you guys reached an agreement.
Yeah, I need to go to a small claim court, and the small claim court, it was 2019. They gave me a date of 2020. Just imagine. So, I couldn't write.
It was a lot. It was a lot. Like thinking that even the guy is busy walking around with your money, like
the engine. Now I'm frustrated about the engine, the battery that I bought, the petrol pump that it took. It was a lot, guys. Yeah, that was it. So to fast forward, I took the car, and now I started to be having fights with that guy. I remember one day I went there as well. I wanted to take his car that day, but the moment I start the car, because way more certain thing, he has other colleagues, so they stopped me. It was a fight, so I ended up leaving with the car keys and house keys. I came to the flat. So guys, I was very angry. I could do anything that time because I wanted my things back, and I felt like this guy is taking me for granted, taking advantage. He feels like I'm stupid. He sees a boy, so I felt so despised or undermined, something like that.
It was so unfair.
Oh,
hey, and to think we were in the same church with that guy.
Yeah.
That is so terrible.
Man, would go to church on a Sunday and that guy is there.
And he's there.
It was very terrible. It was very terrible. Yeah, it's such a layer. The big thing came now.
Oh, guys.
The big thing came, guys. I got arrested.
After, okay, let's start. We went to the love walk again.
Oh, yeah.
So actually the day he got arrested, we had this thing, it's a picnic day that they do at church for couples and whatnot. So we went there, like we had an amazing day. Like we were getting along, like we were so in love that day. Yeah, and then we got back. We were with these other guys from church, and then they were like, he should accompany them somewhere, and they left, and he was like, no, I'm gonna come back, I'm not gonna take long. Then, hey, guess what happened?
He never came back, guys. It's a sad thing, guys. Then
so sad.
I got arrested that night, and hey, as life can change in a moment. within seconds, you can find your freedom on bicycle. I remember that time we got arrested and they took us to police station.
Oh.
Like that, the police.
They took you?
Yeah, the police station. That's when I called you and I told you that I'm arrested at the police station. Yeah. And to think of, I'm passing my flight, but I don't have access to end. Hey, it's one of the things that killed me. And that night, okay, it was a Saturday night. I got us arrested Saturday night and they took us to Boshoff police station. We had to leave Bloem to Boshoff police station. I think it's 100 and something case.
But before they took you there, I get you called me.
Yeah.
I think it was around, was it 4? I can't remember.
No. I called you and you came to the police station. When you came, I was already going, but the cops, we couldn't speak because I was already behind the van that time.
Oh,
yeah. I think it was around past 9, 10. Yeah, that time.
No, it wasn't past 9, 10. Like, it's like, it was in the early hours of the morning.
That time?
It was in the early hours of the morning because I remember, like, there was no one starting. It was me.
Or maybe because it was Saturday, you know Saturday it's busy in Bloem. So we got in Boshoff, guys, and how many we were in from Bloem? I think we were 5 or 6 from Bloem that were in Boshoff. But yeah, we in Ostocky scene, it was not a big thing. We chilled together. Yeah, although there were other guys who were gangsters, other ones who were arrested for different things. Well, other ones for shoplifting, another one we had a armed robbery in one of the bottle store. Another one, you know.
And then you told me I shouldn't tell your mother you were arrested.
Oh yeah, that night over the call.
Hey, yeah. And that night I couldn't sleep, guys. I couldn't sleep at all. Oh, it was one of the worst nights I've ever experienced in my life.
Yeah, the reason being, I thought my mother, she will worry a lot. Yeah. And you know, sometimes also when you get arrested, you think, Sasan's man.
Yeah.
I was so sure that tomorrow on Monday, because it was already Sunday, tomorrow I'll come out. But unfortunately, it took longer, guys.
Oh, guys, I remember it was Sunday. Sunday I had to wake up here and go to church. When I got to church, I just couldn't stop crying. Like, I couldn't stop crying. I remember going to the toilet, When I got there, I called my sister. I told her, hey, Olsunto, this is what happened. And she was like, no, you should tell his mother what's happening. In case this thing gets serious, should know that you told her. Sharp. Okay, got off the phone call, went back to the service. And when I was in the service, I couldn't wait for the service to finish. Like, I was like, I can't. Like, I was going through an emotional roller coaster. Like, it was a lot. I was worried. Yeah. And then I talked to the pastor's wife. I talked to her and she was like, no, she'll tell her husband, such things, church protocols, so that they can pray for him. Yeah.
Fast forward, guys, yeah, it was Monday morning. Hey, yeah. I couldn't wait now. Today I'm coming out for sure. Another 100 and something case from Boshoff to Bloem again. We appear before the court.
And now your mother is there.
Yeah,
and your brother. And the whole family was there.
Yeah. We appeared before.
Hey, and just to highlight, that was the first time I ever met his mother.
Okay. We appeared before the court that time. Yeah, like an appearance, it didn't even take 2 minutes.
My heart.
Like the appearance, I felt like, I could justice. They just asked, they just asked us, are we gonna be represented by legal aid or we're gonna get our own lawyers? Then from there, the prosecutor just said, I remember him saying, worship these guys, they were caught with the armed robbery. With a gun. It was an armed robbery. So the moment you talk about armed robbery, it's Schedule 6, and they said, you know what, 7 days remind, hot play. I was like, hot play 7 days? These people, I couldn't live. So those hours, it was talking scene. Just imagine now about prison, from Stockings, police holding cell to a prison. I was so crazy, man. I remember asking this cop, what can I do now? If that one I do just do the there's nothing to be done.
That was so sad, I don't know why.
So guys, when I was still in there holding cells, like, you know, go court in there, they are holding cells underneath, where before you appear on top, now these cells underneath. So when we were still there, okay, when I entered there, there were a lot of guys. I'd say, you know, these young guys, Papa gangster, normal. Another one said, well, I want to be like him, but keep us how. This and that. This thing has to concede if it is. But fortunately, man, by the mercy of God and my ancestors and whoever prayed for me, I met this guy who was a 26 gangster. I mean, nearly 26 number. And that guy said, you know what, man, when you get there, yeah, and he told me, when you get there, don't say you're under 25 years. You should say you're over 25 years. And tomorrow I'll come and collect you. You come and stay with me in my cell. Okay, sharp. Hey, remember this guy, Kimutsi?
Yeah.
And how can he be so nice to me?
Hey.
And you know, I'm a rumors, they will sleep with you in prison, such things.
The trauma.
And now I was thinking, should I trust this guy? But when I got inside, I said, no, I'm 26. I gave them my names, I gave them the age.
Yeah.
Okay. There's this cell, when I'll fit like what wrong on there, they roll out on the first day, then the following day it's where they will distribute you guys to other cells. Okay, we slept there, or they gave us, I think, mattress and I didn't have even a blanket that day. And remember guys, when I got arrested, I was only wearing a t-shirt and it was so cold. So cold. I was only wearing a t-shirt. It was a white t-shirt, but that time it changed to be cream. Because go holding cells, it's date and even my first day in prison, I had to sleep against a Gina fell. Wow. Until the following day, I had a toothbrush. I went to pat my teeth. From there, I went to a park. Oh man, you know another thing at Labula got drunk on Kiki. Yo, the food is terrible. It's terrible. Yeah. So after that, these other guys came. 2 guys, and they called me. Another guy killed 28, another one, I don't know which gangster, I can't remember which gangster was he. This other one is the one who's responsible for the cell. He came to call me and I was like, yeah, and these people are giving it. And when he told me, no, there's a person at the Retolata. I was so scared. These guys, I don't know them, and you know, I see prison, it's rough. And they went to talk to other warders, and they said, no, this guy, Ramutsiba, we were once arrested with his brother in Eastern Cape. That's how we know him. And those warders, they called me and they said, you are sure you know this guy? I had to say, I do know this guy, and while I didn't know this guy, I lied.
It was a risk.
It was a risk. It was a huge risk. And I got in the cell. And those guys, they gave me a phone, they gave me a blanket, and they gave me a bed to relax on. I think after a few minutes, I was called for a visit.
Oh, okay, guys.
Yeah, that was the first visit that I met somebody from outside. You know, guys, when you're in prison, you just wish to talk to somebody. You just wish to talk to somebody from outside.
Yeah. It's making me emotional.
No, you can't be crying. It should help me the most.
No.
Really.
I don't want to talk about this. Like, it's so sad.
No, let's continue.
I don't want to talk about this. then, because now, for me, like, whatever, because it happened a long time ago, but it still kind of hurts because it was terrible. It was, yo, one of the darkest times. Yo, guys, we forgot to mention that he got arrested after my father passed away. Ne?
Yeah.
Like, yo.
Yeah, that 2019 it was difficult, really. 2019 was one of the difficult years.
I don't think I want to talk about that.
Okay. To fast forward, guys, okay, we met in prison and I had to wait for the 7 days, ne?
Yeah.
I won't go into details, guys, because it brings those flashbacks and something like that. But I had to stay in prison the first 7 days. And guess what? It was on Sunday and I have to appear again on Monday for the second appearance in court. Man, they took me to another thing. They called it's a plasma in prison. I couldn't.
What do they call it?
VAR.
Yeah.
Yo, they took me to VAR. I was so upset, man. Like they told a night before, you know, in prison we speak. A night before they said, "Hey, man, just hope they won't take you to VAR. Because VAR, there's no way that you'll get a bail on VAR." In the morning, okay, they called the list. So and so, you're going to court. You're going to court. When we got in the reception, the front side, and my name appeared on the list and said, "No, you're not going to court, you're going to VAR." Hey, man, VAR at 7.
Yo, Muna. And that time, like the lawyer we had, she didn't have any idea that such a thing was happening because she went to court. We went to court, we were waiting. He wasn't there. So it was, I don't know, but there was something in a way more fair.
Like, guys, I don't understand. So in VAR, remember now I'm no longer using legal aid. I changed legal aid. I'm using my private lawyer. And when I got there, when you don't have a lawyer, the court doesn't speak to you. They just wrote for me. They said, "You know what? Remind again for 5 days." I felt like this prostitute that he hates me. I don't Hansi, and now I gain another 5 days.
Yeah.
I should stay in prison. Ah, man. I had to go back to the cells before 9, guys. Before 9 o'clock, my case was done. And I think it took 2 minutes again. I felt like, there's no justice here. How come my lawyer was not informed? I couldn't inform my family. They didn't see me. They just heard that I did appear before the court over the TV plasma thing there. To fast forward, guys, I had to stay another week in prison.
Yeah.
I had to stay another week in prison. Finally now, all my lawyer pushed for the second time discuss like or VAR, I should come straight to court. I remember the third appearance now in court. Oh man, hey, that thing is emotional, guys. You know, you see people and I think where people whom I was close to, we are around 5 or 6. We were going to court that day. We're close. So we're sitting there. We see other ones, and we are going to court. Because Baba Matsiba, they are no longer going to court for bail or to be out. They're just there for a trial. So us, we're still running for a bail. When we got there, now they say it's a last opportunity. If you don't get a bail here, we'll have to sit for a trial. It might take a year or so. And now we are going to go for a formal bail application. Formal bail application is whereby you give out your reasons. Why do you want to go out? And they will check so many things. I don't know, guys, but this guy, the prosecutor, thought that we other. I don't know, but he was confusing us with our other gangs, because he said no, the CID has stuff for a bail, because when they arrested us, we didn't want and we are dangerous. We have guns, such things.
Imagine that.
So I remember my lawyer had to go to get the investigation officer, and the guy came and said, "No, I thought these guys are out already, and the exam that time they already began.
Oh.
Well, hey, it was a stress because we even issued the timetable that you are writing exam, at least if we can finish with our exam. But fortunately, that day we got out.
Praise God.
And I think if I didn't have a lawyer, we're not gonna come out. Because the legal aid lawyer, they always say,
yes, my lord.
Yes, I
they
confirm
agree
worship.
with everything.
It's suitable worship. I don't know, guys, but still, all my experience with the legal aid lawyers, that's why we say legal aids. Please, if you call allow for palms, don't be like these other ones. But always, yes, worship. Yes, I confirm worship. Okay, I came out that day. Yo, the time I came out, guys, manjong ilang. And I felt like I'm lost now because it's pity. Yeah, that was it. And I came for after a few weeks, I had to come for my appearance in my court case. And after that,
I think
it was December, then they postponed it for January. In Jan, I came again. They transferred me to a regional court because I was doing a district court. Then now they said my case, it's bigger than them. They transferred it to a regional court. Because remember, it's a Schedule 6. From regional court, it goes straight to High Court. Oh, in regional court, I think I appeared 4 times. But the other appearance, as you two, they were saying there's no evidence. They are gonna look for evidence. Another appearance I didn't come. It was locked down. Yeah.
I think we should do like part 2 of this.
Yeah, we'll have part 2 of this, guys. Before we conclude this video, okay, it was locked down, and I'm still having a pending case of the one that I just told you about, guys. This red car that I bought again, it landed me into another trouble of prison again. So this red car, I remember that day. I forgot, guys, to tell you that I bought an engine in February, and in lockdown I fitted the engine for myself. So I was running for they stole my rims again. One of the many parts that I'm missing. They stole my rims.
I'm saying we should do
part 2.
A part 2 where we'll talk about the second arrest, and we'll also go into detail with this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, but before we conclude that, let me just bring you to the arrest part, and we'll talk about them in part 2. In Jan, they stole my rims for the first car that we had. And so when I was still looking for rims, the other guy sold me rims. And my neighbors, they went to the police station and they said,
tell us neighbors, head neighbor.
I'm a neighbor. They went to the police station, guys. I think I was locking the gate, go high. It was locked down, I was home that time. When I was locking the gate, jiggy in a van now. The police, they came and they said, no, guys, we heard that they are rims that you bought. I said, yeah, I bought those rims. And they said, no, where are they? I gave to them. They took the rims. They took me as well. Unfortunately, we went to that guy who sold me the rims. And the guy denied. He said, no, I don't know this rim. I don't know this person. I don't even know the rims. So the cops, when they were paging through his phone, they saw the rims. And now, this case, if those cops, or if there was a person who, like, I reported who to my bid, it was going to be a serious case because they have evidence. It was like they bought the rims with me, so I'm in position of suspected stolen things. That's what they wrote. Those cops, I think they ate those rims for themselves. Because the case, they just said, no, go forget about the man that you have paid the person, and you are going to take the rims, and that person they released the person as well.
Yeah, and that's it for today, guys. We'll continue in part 2.
With how did the case go, and the other part of the car, what happened and everything. There's a lot of drama that took place, guys.
A lot.
Please don't forget to like,
subscribe, and click the notification button, guys. Click it, please.
bye.
Bye.
I don't finish this video.
But learn a love over